It's just a game, right? This game is a 6-hour war. And it isn't about just getting a single winner. It's what's in between the start and the finish. It's the small encounters. It's the skirmishes. It's the massive battles. It is the wars within the war. It's just a game, right? For this 6-hour war, which many of us waited for 3 years, we will look at a small group of regular players playing an anything but regular game. We will look at 5 battles on this one-day war. Hey, it's just a game, right? Hi there, Andrew from C1D Paintball. Let's talk about this long video. Commando action and their D-Day and the community around it has got a very special place in my paintball heart. C1D was originally just me and Connor in the fall of 2018. We decided to go from being rentals, Connor and I, to being full-time paintball players. And in the winter, around February 2019, I look into D-Day Commando action, watching a lot of videos online about great paintball events. Here's one down the street from us, about an hour and a half down the street, but close to us, I'm reading a lot of good things about it. And I immediately start communicating with them, email and then some social media, Facebook kind of thing. And they are so friendly and accommodating. I'm afraid that we're not good enough to be able to play in a big game, and they're reassuring. And I end up meeting some of the people around the community, the crew, Commando crew, and that on Facebook in some groups, and getting messages back and forth. They're setting a great example of the community and be welcoming and being positive, because Connor and I both preach that. Let's go out there and have fun. We weren't very good at the time, but we knew that as we got better, just the way we are, we weren't going to be little people. We were going to be there for the fun and to help younger guys come in when they come in, younger guys and girls, obviously. And Commando kind of helped guide us and show us that something we really wanted was right there, and it was just down the street. And then came the actual event, which just blew our minds. Just amazing. And we kept up with a lot of the people, kept in touch with Commando after the fact, and even played on their side when we went to Mirabel for the Tittman Challenge. We were in their tent and everything. Dave got us in there. It was amazing to feel part of that community. Now, at that first D-Day event, I made multiple videos. And just like we weren't very good, I'm not going to say our videos are the overall package they're great videos now, but kind of the refining as far as the editing and such, and how I approach it and that. Just as we've learned more in paintball, I've learned more about making videos and such. So it's kind of funny, because when I look at the old videos from that first D-Day, which was such a great game, just like we weren't great players, they aren't great videos, and it's kind of just how we grew with it. So not only did we grow as players, not only did we grow into a corner of the community we were desperately looking for fun, but play best you can, but don't worry about it. And even our videos kind of were able to find a corner, find some people that were interested in the same thing. And just as we got better, they got better as well. Now, COVID hitting. The whole paintball world, but the whole paintball community, people suffered in their own ways. People lost their jobs. People all of a sudden had their jobs that were, they were irreplaceable workers. They were essential workers, the term. And we couldn't play ball. We could play on and off. But it was bigger than paintball, this pandemic. But the thing that came out of that, a lot of fields closing down, economic pinch for everybody. But one of the things about that is at the end, people started to lose their patience. We all pulled together and backed each other trying to fight this. And at the end, people in the world, neighbors and such, they started getting mad at each other. And we want this over. Everybody wanted it over. I don't have to wear masks, blah, blah, blah. I don't care where you stood on that topic, but everybody united. But as time went on, naturally, human nature, we weren't all so friendly to each other again. We wanted something back to normal. So, a couple of D-Days are canceled. But then, with the vaccines and the world getting ever so close to normal, we have D-Day again. This special event is going to be immediately when they're going to have it. They announce, hopefully there's not another wave, but it was clear, like in March, we're going to have this. It signaled to me, this is like the major part of COVID is over. This dark part of the history of our own lives and the world is going to be hopefully behind us. And making this video the way I made it, I had a lot of time to think about how I'd present this, pre-production, the whole bit. Commando helped us feel we were part of a bigger thing, because at the end of the day, we're all just individual players. But Commando welcomed us in, and their big game, and I've played other big games, great big games, like a lot of fun. Not great big as in size, but they were just great experiences. With Commando, we have our little group, our individuals. You just feel a bigger part of a big group. I've played 2 big games at Commando now. I didn't see any people fighting. A little bit of trash talking back and forth, but things I saw at other big games, myself, online. Well, online a lot of people just post that kind of stuff for views, but I think a lot of you who've been to different big games know what I'm talking about in particular. That's what I meant to say. You're part of a bigger thing, but it's all for fun. It's all that respect for the game and the individuals. Now this video is going to be set up basically following 5 major battles that my group of 4 were in. I'm not going to do like my regular videos where I stop, freeze frame, and zoom in and things, because I want you to have the feeling that you're there with us. You're a part of it. Maybe you haven't played in a big game, so you want that experience through that. Maybe you haven't been to the Commando's big game. Maybe you were there and you're just curious about my angle. Also, you'll see the camera from Thomas. Thomas's camera will be featured in a couple of the segments. You can criticize how we do things, but I just want it to be kind of a natural thing. I will be making comments over the running video, but I really took an effort and a long time making this because Commando has given so much to me and Connor and our group, really, that I wanted to make something worthy of them that was just, it had the seriousness of, we're going to go on this game, we're going to do the best we can, but you don't lose that fun and the epicness that this event is, and effectively how epic the Commando action field staff and community around it are in their corner of the paintball world. A corner that I'm not a big part of, but I'm happy to be a part of at least a couple of times in the big game and maybe contributing with a few words online. So it's a thanks to them. And there will be other subsequent videos. There's lots and lots of footage that I wasn't able to use that I'll use somewhere else. I'll actually take the individual battles and do something else with them in case the length of this is intimidating. But, you know, the idea behind this, the theme of it is just the community being part of this epic battle. Now, I am going to show, before the 2022 event, the history of what happened in 2019. That will kind of help the mindset and how I approach different things at 2022. Maybe through that analysis, if you're looking into something deeper into watching this, you can kind of compare how we approached it. But, you know, I hope that the people at Commando and the community can appreciate the work put into it. I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I never am. If a few people like our videos, that's great. I know they are what they are. They're long and that they're not full of action like wiping squads. But I really want in this effort, in this project, I hope the passion and the admiration I have for that community at Commando Action shows through. So without further ado, let's get going. So I remember the morning of that first big game we played, we were defending the beach area. So we would start at a point that was roughly 200 to 250 meters from where we needed to be. I mean, a straight line 200 meters, but you kind of had to go around the lake and you had a hill to go up. And that would lead you to the town, which was on top of the hill, so you could look down upon the actual landing craft. It's right around the corner from Hamburger Hill, by the way. And you had the town to your west. Now, I'd seen videos and I had seen maps of the field. And of course, unless you're actually physically there, it's a lot to take in. And when you think, well, it's a couple hundred meters to the, your rendezvous point where we want to be, you don't think of it too much, but it's a really hot day. You got all this gear on. The first 100 meters, you're kind of chugging along there with adrenaline, but you already start getting a little bit tired. And for me, because I didn't know exactly what I was getting into, I mean, I'm never going to win a race and be in the front, but I wanted others to go ahead of me and kind of lead the way. Now, we already knew there was an advanced drop there of guys on our side that were going to be there defending the area so the enemy just wouldn't run up the hill. But still, we wanted to get there as quickly as we could. And I vividly remember, as we're in the open field about halfway to the destination, we did have a group of guys, the bunker boys. They charged in. We're at the Hamburger Hill area and that, but they weren't a large group. The bulk of our group really weren't going up that hill into the town that quickly. And I recall, standing at the bottom of the hill looking up and thinking, the cliche, like, oh boy, I'm getting too old for this. But I remember it was Lead Farmer, I learned later, who was standing there saying, get up the hill, get up the hill. And so at that point I figured it was already going fairly slowly, or too slow. But what did I know, right? But as our group finally got over that hill to see the town, I mean, it was like, whoa. There was people throwing smoke to my left, overlooking the beaches. You had our guys behind some bunkers doing the best they could. Straight ahead of me towards the west, there were shots coming in there too. And it kind of had this kind of organized chaos, so to speak, organized in the sense that we're all on the same team with the same goal. Chaos in the sense as we don't really have a real front, but what are you going to do here? And funny enough, Connor did catch up with me. Well, he's much faster than me, but I guess it's better put. I met up with him finally. And the funny part is I was already, like, I guess kind of scared to a point. Maybe we should go up on the tree line. And I mentioned it several times, and we certainly did fall back on the tree line. And in the tree line, we had a good defense, but you felt more of a front line up there. But by essentially giving up the town, it basically spelt doom for our attack that morning. And, and it's been like, 3 years to think about being in that scenario again. Do you take the town? How do you defend it? Because it's a big arc, you can put people in A, B, and C, but I've thought a lot about it. But anyway, back to this day, we got on the tree line, and even though we gave up the town, although it was effectively a no man's land, but we gave up possessing it, we were able to have a decent front line, but we were getting hit pretty hard and going back and forth getting hit at that point, because where we were there, the closest respawn station is 200 meters behind you, basically. So you're roughly doing half a kilometer every time you get hit. So this line got attacked heavily, and you basically had two sections. You had, we'll call the south area here facing the town and the beach and off Hamburger Hill. But then you had the north top of the hill where there's a little covered bridge. There's the path leading to the main woods. And the north had to fend off attacks just as the south. And it seemed pretty clear to me, even as a noob on the field in D-Day, that this wasn't going too well. At one point in the morning, we tried to go to the forest, Connor and I, very, very tentatively, I guess you could say. Well, we weren't tentative about it, but we really wanted to rush in, but we weren't able to go in far at all. We actually ended up meeting some action that was going by the covered bridge from the enemy, ended up going back to the Hamburger Hill area as the Mirabel army, who were on the other team, pushed us hard, actually came over the hill at one point, and a lot of my teammates had been knocked out and were retreating back to the town in the open field behind me. Funny enough, one of the oldest guys on the field, slowest, worst players. I was left alive, prone, looking upward because further down on the hill while this assault happened. Really amazing, adrenaline-driven stuff. You know, we didn't win the morning. It didn't go well, but the kind of stalemate we had there and that experience of going into the unknown in this massive game, I mean, what stands out that morning is stepping into the town after finally getting there, where all that chaos and activity was around me. Like I said, the smokes, the people shouting, shots coming from everywhere, was a totally new, great experience that took paintball to that much another level. Now, the afternoon attack was interesting, and part of the afternoon attack, of course, since we defended the town, we defended the beach the first time in the morning, we're going to attack it this time. But Connor and I had some problems with our markers. So we missed what a lot of people, whether it's your first time or 10th time, as it'll be for some of these guys this year, of storming the beach at the start of the game. Now, we did get there not too far after things had started, but we ended up on the beach for a long time in the sweltering heat. Eventually, I actually had to sit out 15-20 minutes because I'd taken too much heat. But, and that's why I hope, and I chose sides thinking that the Axis attacks the beach first, so I like to be on the Axis and do it in the morning. But on this day, we did a lot of defending on the beach. I was kind of up on the parapet off the main beach area, pinned there, got a couple of decent shots, but I realized that Hamburger Hill was really just a linchpin on the side there to prevent an attack because they just had a land on sight on the uphill portion of the map. So strategies were in my head at that point that I've thought about over 3 years. At the time, it was simply obvious that you had to either penetrate through the west of the town or take out the defending force on Hamburger Hill. So after a while on the parapet here at the bottom of the hill, I went on the Sunken road. Connor was with me as well. It's important to say that. He was also with me, obviously in the morning as well. We side by side. If you take out the times where one of us was hit and had to respawn, had good luck finding each other that morning, by the way. The afternoon we used our walkie-talkies more. However, after not getting much ground on the parapet section, the bottom of the hill, I went on the Sunken road for a while after exploring the town quickly. And on the Sunken road, I was hoping to maybe meet up with some guys on my side to maybe take them out on Hamburger Hill. And this was a lot of fun. And I tell you what, hindsight is the organization that the Mirabel Army did by taking Hamburger Hill and storming over, even if they eventually lost it in the morning, but being on the other side, seeing what they faced, I mean, I'll give kudos to them for that. Now, after most of the afternoon attack on the beach area, trying to penetrate in a couple of different spots, mainly off the beach in Hamburger Hill, as I keep mentioning, Connor and I moved on, and this was after I got my overheating session where I had to sit off and, let's say, extremely hydrate. We went to the forest area. Now, I want to say one thing. Beforehand, I did not think the forest would factor in. I thought, well, you know, there's a chance I'll end up playing in the forest at one part of it. While there were so many great things about this day, I want to say that the forest area was one of my favorite parts of the day, and that, again, does not diminish or demean any other area of the field that I was in activity with Connor or just on my own. It really was amazing. I mean, anybody can go out and play woods ball. You effectively, in a big game, yeah, there's more guys, but you can't see them. So in certain ways, whether you're sitting there woods ball where it's 12v12 or you don't know how many of the 500 enemies in a big game or on the other side of the forest, there still has that feeling that you're in more of a familiar element doing woods ball. So that was nice to do that. Plus, we got a fairly concentrated attack. We got to move up. We gained a bit of ground there. There was, we did hit a wall. We had a high water mark, not being able to take a very valuable point, but we were able to coordinate a lot better with teammates there. I mean, we tried to coordinate in the morning and the afternoon with teammates on all the little mini theaters of war, the fronts we faced. But it was much easier in the forest with the cover, being able to hide, being able to coordinate with smoke. Very difficult to coordinate when you're pinned on the beach or when you're on the tree line defending in the morning and shots are coming at you where you hardly can lift your head off the ground. So we were able to coordinate in the forest, and it helped get a good fully rounded idea, or my feet wet in all aspects of it. And honestly, the afternoon was incredibly valuable in helping really formulate how I would approach and how Connor and I would approach, and obviously with the morning as well, how we'd approach the next big game, which of course we thought would be in a year. But here we are now, 3 years later, a lot of paintball, a lot more paintball under our belts. We weren't horribly experienced when we did this first day. Looking forward to being more of a veteran presence at the field on this 10th anniversary D-Day. We head out to the spawn point of our allied side, just finding out that the game, in fact, instead of 2 games split by lunch where each team takes turns spawning from the beach, it will be one massive 6-hour game where participants will take any breaks whenever they like. While this may help the food truck isn't overwhelmed all day at once, it is something I myself and many other players didn't see, and is an interesting twist to the game. And as we wander deeper into the spawn area, our general for the game, Tim Kordick, does a good job explaining a plan to the team. The plan Bravo outlines is similar to the one I had figured. Reach the town on a south prong over Hamburger Hill as soon as possible, and emphasize establishing snipers to counter an enemy beach landing. He calls for the rest of the crew to pass north, to take the covered bridge and penetrate through the north. What I don't know, and will only find out when I get there in a few minutes, is that a good part of the forest has been taken out of the game. So the 3-prong and wide north flank that the forest offered in my previous game there has been taken out of play. But this, of course, is for both sides, so no real advantage or disadvantage for either side, especially considering the enemy spawn has been moved back from this land bridge here to this one further back, so we can hopefully avoid the catastrophic opening we had in 2019 when we spawned in the same spot and the enemy still took the town, Hamburger Hill, and the Ridgeline early on. There's too much ground for them to cover to repeat this. At least, that's what it seems.
I like far right by the covered, by the container bridge or around the woods, you never know.
Talking with Jay Dory, the Commando vet who we got ready with alongside in the staging area and who gave us a few tips. We both have the same idea for our crews, to take the north option. For myself, I know the speedball markers and the first strikes will be gunslinging into the town. I want to be part of a more tactical advance through the North Forest.
Let's get up, boys! Woo!
cheering as the final seconds before the start is in full gear. We help clarify the key rules about the medic, as this year you'll go to the medic and not the medic finding you, and we're going to identify where they are at the start so we can attack our areas with at least one in tow.
Wait, there should be 4. So the medics come, you go to the medics this year. They don't come to you. That's huge. Yeah, can you get around the boat now?
We position ourselves near the small opening where our entire team will pour into the field. This way, the main rushing south prong has a clear path, and we can do the same to the north.
No, they're just oh, they filled in the town quite a bit. We're going to the bridge!
After many of us waited 3 years to play here, again we are nervous and anxious, but a moment of levity as Connor spots a chipmunk on the hill in front of us. This little guy's about to have his peaceful day ruined by our game. A few jokes will follow as we wait for the start.
He's gonna make it. Hey, he's got a red armband. Oh, there's a chipmunk on the hill. Fucking. The poor ref. We're going right. There's a covered bridge there.
More into the town.
Well, you want to get a foothold. Yeah, we want a foothold in the town. They're getting the town. Yeah. Okay. Get Hamburger Hill, get in the town. If we see an opening, maybe we hit the forest.
Go!
As the rest of my crew runs up, I follow, and a shield operator behind me hands me a pot I dropped.
Oh, thanks.
Although not really easy to see with the shaking of the camera as I run, Connor hits a divot and rolls on his left shoulder. For a brief few seconds, I think his day may be done. But when he springs up, the only damage is just some dirt and grass stains on his white t-shirt.
Get up there, boys!
Our part of the group slows as we hit the bottom of the hill. We have a good presence already on top. Unlike 2019, I feel we've gotten to Hamburger Hill and Ridgeline in good time.
Watch that path on the right, eh? I dropped the pot already. Might have been me. So some guy gave it to me right away.
I'm about to position myself along with Connor and Alex at the bunker just before the covered bridge. We have teammates here already in the bridge, so at first I think we're going as planned and can push up. However, in the gully in front of us, we are already drawing fire, and to our left on the main town, it is already hellish, and it is clear, despite the longer spawn point for the enemy, we are once again overwhelmed at these key sectors. All we can do is hope that our teammates over at the town can hold up.
Alex, I gotta put this pod in your back here. Okay, wait, don't get hit. I'm just gonna put this pod, I dropped one. Probably more than one. You be the mule. I'm going down the hill. I'm going past, boys. Yeah, party down here. Party up, boys. Watch the gully. Watch the gully to your left.
With another vocal teammate approaching and noting to the others to hold the bridge, I've gone down the incline and I'm trying to get a group of us to push along the path to help secure the north ridge line.
There's something up here. You see something red and black there? Shit, is that one of our, that might be one of our guys if we got the bridge. Yeah. Fuck, maybe that was a guy. No, he would have seen me. Wolf, watch the gully!
As it seems clear the enemy has our advance stopped here, we are lucky enough to have Wolf alongside us, a player who has seen hundreds of games, and probably thousands of hours of gameplay. He can help assess the situation. We may be in a little rough here, but having a legend like him here is reassuring. And right now, more than ever, we need to stay calm, communicate, and work together.
Head on the swivel, boys, head on a swivel.
There is no more open ground where we are. That ridge line is the front line, and we need to carefully creep in and see what's going on, and then take action.
Those are our guys. Yes, sir. Tu vois rien? I'm in front of the covered bridge.
I try to use a walkie-talkie to communicate with Connor, Alex, and Thomas on my situation. They might have heard me, but I get no reply.
No, that's just you got hit. You got hit. It's not an injury.
I carefully peer over the ridge and launch some shots at a bunker on the other side in the gully. And then to my right, I spot a group of 4 enemies sprint to the right side.
On the right! On the right! Just come out. Find a medic, they'll get you. Otherwise, you have to go away. Oh, shit. You have to go back because you got a headshot. Yeah.
Now to my right, I have 2 groups of allies of mine just peeking over the ridge like I am. There is at least 1 bunker I see on the ridge line, and enemy fire coming in from beyond it, impeding our advance.
Hey, yellow. Gold! Gold!
At the same time I got hit on the side of my marker, you can see another shot splashes paint on my camera lens.
Marker counts hit?
I asked teammates around me if marker hits actually count, and unfortunately they do. So I'll have to find a medic. It is the first time I've been hit all day, but of course, it won't be the last.
Medic! Hey, do marker hits count? Fuck.
As I carefully make my way down a steep incline and go to find a medic, I tell myself that I'll need to recruit some more players if we want to clear that west part of the ridge.
Where's the medic? You in a timeout?
After a medic revives me, I make do and wipe off my paint-splattered markers with a leaf. It's improvisation here on the field. Now I'm going to try to let the players around me know we have enemies in the gully off the west ridge, but I also have an opportunity to hear how things are going in this area for the team. I'll soon give some support to a modest push.
Guys, 2 guys in the gully just shooting on an angle up. They're just waiting for us.
Coming in to screen us, okay? When the smoke comes up, we're going to try and get this bunker, get some bodies in there, okay?
Sega. There's a guy camping. He's prone at the bottom, so he's looking for us.
Let's go!
I'm offering a little long ball support back here, but for the second time in a few minutes, in the distance, I easily see half a dozen enemies go right.
They're sweeping right! Right! They're sweeping right! Watch our right side, buddy. I'll spot if you want, buddy. Shit, there goes a long ball.
Supporting a prone teammate ahead of me, I'm crouched low, firing shots to a distant bunker, hoping to cause some damage to the enemy side. In big games so many times, you don't really know where the shots that got you really came from, so I'm hoping to do this to an access player in the gully and bunkers below.
They're coming hard right, boys. There's a fuckload of them coming right.
With all those players I saw go right, I go back down from my current position, in a way going back to the same spot I got hit, so I can counter that rising enemy presence there.
They're pushing hard right. We got enough bodies there. No, they're pushing right. No, they got guys in the gully, but they're covering for their sweep. Connor, you out there?
After a medic suggests I go left to the guts of Hamburger Hill, I slowly walk over to assess the area and even try to hail Connor. Then the reality is, on the left side, it's ugly. With open ground and long lines of sight, I am outgunned as far as my skill set if I go there. I'll soon find out it doesn't matter, as shockingly, the Axis side has taken the town.
Fuck, do they have the town? Yes. Fuck me. You know what we need? They're pushing hard here and here. We gotta get some guys through the forest, flank them.
After some time mulling it over, I decide I'll try to get some teammates and push west through the forest path. But at this point, I'm not aware that not all of that area is even in play. I'm about to encounter Wolf again and another teammate. I say what might be the unthinkable this early on. Maybe the refs will throw yellow gas to drive the Axis side back and let us back into the game.
They got the town. We should go through the forest, try to circle them. Couple more minutes, then what, 15 minutes they'll drop a yellow if they're murdering us? No, the guy in the gully was shooting up and then they just ran around on the main floor. Hey guys. I'm better now. Just find a medic. You can go to a medic as long as it's not headshot. They basically got two guys in the gully, and as they were shooting at them, they swept around here. They also got control of the town. I want to try the forest. Wolf says it's plugged. You want it? Do you want to put some numbers and group up?
After meeting up with Connor again, and despite Wolf saying that the right side is plugged, I want to try to get some bodies and still give it a try. But it looks like I'll have to gather numbers myself, or at least try to.
We got nothing through the forest, eh?
Alex joins Connor and myself as we make our way down the forest path, wary of the ever-present enemy longballs dropping in.
Yeah, watch the gully. Where'd you get it? They got the top. I think they got the top of the ridge. So if we try to go through the forest, yeah. Fuck, they got everything.
Well, I mean, they got a good ridge line.
Yeah. Whoops. long balls. Yeah, I tried long balling it, but the trees just won't let you do it. Shit, couple going by there. I almost feel like you want to go to Hamburger Hill. I saw you took that dive. You okay?
Yeah.
Oh. Boys, they got complete control on top on the ridge. So I don't know if we either try to punch them out there or squeeze them out on Hamburger Hill. It ain't fucking easy, but it's going to be fun. What? That's not out of bounds there? Yeah, no, but that wraps around it. I got smokes. Hey guys, I got some smokes if you're feeling fucking extra crazy. How many we got here? Fuck, I wish we had a medic. You want to... Here's the thing, guys. Hey, you guys who know the field well. There's the tape and the boundary here. If we can smoke and just break through and get around them, why not?
Soon I'll finally find out the forest path ends just ahead, cut off by tape. But at least we have numbers that might be able to assault on the ridge. In the jog along the boundary here, it's viable. My only worry is we have no medic. Although one is not far off, if one was right with us, this could be a very doable push. But for now, we're trying to assess the enemy position along the top to our right and what might lie beyond to the west.
They got us lined up big time here. Guys! Do you want to give it a push with them? Gentlemen! Oh fuck, where does the tape come up? Does it wrap around or does it stop? Fuck. Shit, last time it went straight a bit. Because I could smoke it, we could just go along that border. Let me see what we got here. Fuck, last year it went through. Shit. God damn. I don't know. Last year it went through. This way you were able to snake around. I'll be honest, it's almost as if we have to go to Hamburger Hill. Hold up. You're going between there. Jog through it. I don't know, man. You fucking know it. So which bunker are they talking about?
After speaking with other teammates, I went back to Connor, and I had out loud pondered going to Hamburger Hill, as this situation seemed poor. But Connor tells me the recon he just heard from a different teammate that one bunker on the far west side of the ridge was empty, and we might have a shot at securing it. So now my intention is solely to help this side.
Get on top of the hill, you'll be all right.
I grab some water awkwardly with my mask on while Connor complains about the mosquitoes. The calm before the storm. And as I peer to my right, I see some of our teammates positioning along the incline of the ridge. I'll direct Connor and Alex to go up on the ridge to my left as I go right and try to get some more intel on what's up. Shortly, as I begin to talk to another teammate, Thomas makes an appearance, but he informed me he's just been hit, so he has to go find a medic.
Watch the long balls here, though. Yeah, I was banking on... Oh, I guess so. Apparently, there's the one bunker here. There's nobody there, but there's one in the middle that they're kind of spraying. I'd love to throw smoke and we push on it, but I fucking gotta see where. Well, we should throw some numbers. If we get 4 or 5 guys to run, one of us may get there.
I finally head back to the ridge, and with more teammates than before, time to get back into the fight.
Somebody in that actual bunker? Yeah, I believe they got somebody just do a crossfire there.
The enemy still has at least one player shooting across the ridge, meaning taking any of the bunkers to the right won't be easy.
You guys want a bum rush? I got 2 fucking smokes. We should get a... You know what we need here is a medic. No, we get a medic, we just go back and forth.
Behind the tempting bunker, just out of our reach, is an enemy one, further back down in the gully that we're firing into, trying to flush out any enemies who might be inside.
Guys, are they in that bunker here? Or are they using it as a decoy? Okay. Do me a favor, I'm a bit tired and old. Take a peek for me. Follow the ref, they won't shoot him! Blind fire! Don't blind fight!
We were concentrating on the bunker to our right, and then an enemy who was hiding in the left one leans his marker out the doorway and blind fires at us.
You want me to smoke him out? That could be funny. That might give him an actual escape, to be honest. And we can't fucking see him either. Hey! Boys! Fuck. Oh, you got him. Boys! Do you want me to smoke? We get a charge.
Now the blind shooter gets karma and gets knocked out, but after, a teammate in white tells us to just move up. But I would rather smoke the area and try to push up. Without a medic, the enemy could easily cut us down. With at least some smoke to counter that enemy fire, we at least have a shot at trying to take the enemy bunkers.
Fucking smoke went too far.
First smoke of the day goes a little too far. I wanted to stay on top of the ridge and give us cover, but it kind of works out because the enemy bunker in the gully behind the ridge now has no line of sight on us. With the smoke helping conceal us, I'm able to peer over the ridge better, and I confirm to the teammate to my right that further down the ridgetop to the right is an enemy who has recently taken out 2 of my other teammates who were literally sitting next to me. To my left, I have a good number of troops ready to go over the top, which includes Connor and Alex together.
Is there anybody behind that wooden barricade? Yeah, we got cover there. Lovely leather we're having today. Yeah. No, they did before. We took him out. But he's lining us up if we try to run there. Guys, we need to smoke him out because they got a guy who's picking us off there like a decoy. Fuck, let's get a medic here so we can bum rush him and respawn right the fuck away. Fuck, he's right in. Are you hit? Call it! Let him out! Go out if you're out! First in the bunker. Fuck. Hey, in the bunker! If you're hit, get out!
So 4 enemies rush to the left bunker. I react slowly to the first, but then I get my first 2 kills of the day, hitting 2 of the other 3. I do give the opportunity for the lead guy to exit, if in fact he did get hit. I'm going to wait, keeping my marker lined up on the doorway to try to get the lone survivor in there. Granted, there is an additional player in there who clearly got hit, waiting for his opportunity to get out. But after waiting a while, I'll throw smoke to the doorway here and try to put pressure on the enemy player left inside to leave.
Guys, Green, there's 2 in the bunker. I'm gonna throw a smoke on them. When they run out, fucking get them. Okay? You can try. That's all Mom ever asked of me. Give it a try, she said.
Another poor throw, to be honest. Had I gotten it inside the bunker, I'm sure the enemies would have both left right away with their hands up. But for now, we'll have to see if getting smoked just outside the doorway might make them panic.
I've wasted a pod! Please let me hit you! Hit! Right in the neck. Back of the neck. Oh! I'm hit! Hit, boys, hit! Don't hit me again. I get annoyed after a while. They keep trying to take that bunker right ahead. You can nail 2 or 3 when they get. This one here, they try to rush it all the time. We killed them, but then there's a guy on the right that keeps nailing us. Medic!
When I moved slightly to my left of my position, it gave the enemy guy to our right an open shot at my neck, and I'm off to find another medic.
Hey, Ref, is my camera lens clean? My camera lens clean? Is the lens clean? Little smudge? There you go. Smile next time. Oh,
I did ask the ref to check my camera, but in his attempt to help cleaning my lens, it's actually smudged it a bit. Not a big deal. In a 6-hour game, there are lots of breaks, so cameras, battery swaps, and to clean things up can be done throughout the day.
where's the medic? Medic!
I'll run to Wolf again and tell him about our attempt to take the West Ridgeline before I then finally find that medic.
We almost broke through right. The tape, instead of going across the forest, this here juts out. So they're keeping 2 bunkers empty. So we run up to get it, and they're just hitting us with an easy flank. Yeah. Holy shit! What happened here? You guys retreat? They got us like... Yeah, left is dead.
Now revived and on the way back to the West Ridge, I see a steady flow of my dead teammates coming back from that location as we got slammed not long after I left.
They're pushing hard on the wall on the left.
For a few minutes prior to recording this footage that's running now, I walked side to side along the back slope of Hamburger Hill. It looks bad for us, but I decided to see if I could maybe find a teammate and try my luck at it. Firing uphill through so many bunkers and different angles where the enemy can get me back isn't optimal, but with the medic not far behind me, I haven't got anything to lose.
They're not poking the middle, they're poking along the tree line there and here.
The enemy have the entire top of the hill in control. The middle gap towards the town doesn't have many of them, but the left and right sides are full, and they create a crossfire alongside the downslope we're on To make any approach from our side suicidal in small numbers, I mean, even with large numbers, it's a tall task. In fact, in a few seconds, I'll retreat back to regroup, preferably with more teammates. Now, after trying for a few more minutes at different bunkers at the bottom of the hill, I go for a quick water break. And when I get to the field again, I meet up with the rest of the C1D crew.
You know what it's like, it just takes one. What? Sorry, man. I'm anxious to get hit again, let me on. Yeah, you know how it is, there's always one asshole, don't worry about it. It's a fucking disaster. What do you think? I think the only way, there's a guy right on the tape line, they're just shooting. Yeah.
Teammates looking for a medic are flooding back. We know there's a lot of time left,
Nice shade of yellow.
but we're getting decimated and demoralized. But since we're all grouping here, and with the medics in tow, we can make a stand, essentially a last stand for all intents and purposes, because we haven't got much further to retreat to. The enemy's only point of advance here will be a charge from Hamburger Hill to try to wipe us out. Despite the dire situation, we aren't organizing well.
Guys, let's follow the medic. Hey medic, you want to go to the tree line on the right? No, we'll cover you. We got to fucking push on the right. You stay with us, we'll protect you. What do you guys want to do?
Now we are having fun nonetheless, and with the crew together, I pull out my phone to record a funny video and maybe get the guys loosened up enough to relax and get back into this match.
So on a scale of 1 to fucked, how are we doing? Off the charts. All right, I'm going back in there, see what we got. Watch it, he's Connor, he's on 11 here. Now they're longballing it.
I go back to the low slope barriers as shots begin more rapidly. We can hear the enemy calling out to each other. Something will happen soon. But it seems everyone on our team, which clearly includes myself, isn't readying up properly. As I get hit one more time, I take a bit of a frustrated pause and get up to find a medic again. As I look for one, I spot Thomas and we discuss the situation before I finally get back to finding the medic.
One's enough, boys. One's enough to hit me. They got control of everything. They got here, they're covering the top here, and they got some wicked flanks on the side. I got literally, I've been hit from almost directly behind when I'm facing the enemy. Right there, yeah. It's a friendly old camera check. Your camera looks nice and clean. Is mine clean? Lens? Got a buffer? Any smudge?
Thomas helping me clean my camera lens is kind of an analogy. Our team was literally in the fog for the past few minutes. And now with a clear lens, I see streams of our allied side going back to the West Ridge area to try to get back some ground. Now there are also a few coming back, which includes Connor and Alex. They need a medic, but this will allow us to party up again and get into the fight together.
Hit? Don't go there. Don't go there. Medic's right here. Let's regroup. Let's go back at it. Back at it, boys. Back at it, boys. Let's do this.
Now I planned on going back to the West Ridge, but action and tension is building here along the back slope of Hamburger Hill. Things are going to explode again soon. We're massing troops on the right side here, just waiting for an opportunity to charge in. It's a matter of when and where, and we'll need full support of everyone. But the enemy just dominates the high ground, and what's behind the hill, well, we can't see, so it's also eating at us. But we will soon start positioning ourselves up the hill in earnest.
Oh boy. Didn't they drop it? Is it yellow? Is it mustard gas? It's blue? Oh yeah, it's blue now. Never been on the other side of the smoke. It sucks. All right. Medics behind there.
I spam shots up the hill to the gap that leads to the town. I'm trying to prevent enemies coming back down that same side, and maybe longballing someone on the other side.
Nice. Let's hope there's not a medic behind you. Keep it up, buddy. Okay. Oh shit, no. Probably bring it to the command post there. Ooh, right in that. Oh. Hey, Mr. Popular! You sanitized your hands recently, sir? They've got the high ground everywhere, literally. They got the, I think they're, I'm gonna take a wild guess that they're fucking medics with them. Are we doing this? Are we retreating?
An airstrike is called. We have to retreat from the hill once again, and the enemy is set up for a suicidal charge. I'm not retreating as far back as some of my teammates. With medics not too far off, I want to be close when the enemy charges in. They will take me out. But if there's as many as I expect, I can perhaps take more of them out first. And they do have a longer way to respawn, unless of course they put a medic at a huge risk charging down with them. There's been too much walking around, and I have to get my hands a little dirtier. I actually land a couple of shots to enemy players here, but that's just an appetizer. It won't stay this quiet for much longer.
Straight ahead.
I get taken out, but land hits on multiple enemies. It hasn't won the battle or anything, but I feel good. And while it's clear the last hour has not helped us overall in the game, especially considering it's from the start, there is a lot of road left to cover today. I will respawn, and as I do, our main group attacks the hill.
Guys, we got him on the ground here!
After an hour and with the adrenaline winding down a bit, I am getting tired. And as I walk along the bottom of the hill, I pass my teammates fighting and see them gaining ground.
It's legit. Look where the ref's standing sometimes, eh?
I will soon spot enemies at the elbow of the ridgeline here, and a teammate and I will take care of them.
Why the fuck not? Our medic's only 30 yards behind. Yeah. One guy to the right of the bunker. You got it.
We knock out at least 4 more enemies, and while we don't take any ground ourselves, it allows our teammates on the hill to do such. They'll have 4 less enemies to worry about, at least for a short while.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, those are my nuts. Ah.
I managed to get some more shots in at enemies near the top of the ridgeline before getting taken out. But this time, again getting tired, and knowing my teammates are doing well, I will walk off for a short break. As our general said, this is a marathon, not a sprint. As I sit in the secure netted area, I see my teammates rising up the hill. But in reality, this first battle has been a total Axis victory. We've literally just climbed this hill to end this phase of the battle. But if we have any hope of winning the day, it's a much bigger hill to climb.
Well, do you guys want to water up in that? You want to ammo up and water up, or you just want to get in right now? Yeah, let's use the balls we got now and go. Yeah.
After the first battle, the day approached nearly an hour and a half. Separated from Thomas, but after a rest getting some air and ammo, myself, Connor, and Alex have decided to go back to the field for some more action before breaking for lunch.
Okay.
As we head back to the field, there's some banter between Connor and I.
You got hit, didn't you? Look at your shoulder. What the hell?
As he jokes, saying he hasn't been hit all day, before laughing. Then he finally says he's been hit more times that day than the last 2 years of playing paintball combined. And with only an hour gone by, we will all hit many players and get hit many more times ourselves before we call it a day.
We'll never take that goddamn town at this rate. I don't know, I just heard when we took back the hill, I was there, I've been out for about 10 minutes.
I just switched teams, so...
Oh, okay, good.
As we approach the hill and make our way to the town, one of the players who initially played with the Axis has swapped sides to even the game out and joined us.
They switched he got switched over, so they are leveling things out a bit. It's not easy to do, right?
As we climb up, we hear action, but not seeing many players. The action is clearly on the good side of the tree line, and at least a little bit into the town.
I think so. Fucking they murdered us around the corner all morning, but... Hey, boys! See what we can see here. Is that a fucking bubble? Oh.
A lone access appears to my right, but a few shots of mine drive him back.
Some guy bunker there?
Teammates of ours stream into the town to my left. A great sign. I throw in some long balls in a high arc over my teammates before looking around to assess the situation.
I like this guy. Let's stick with him.
Over an hour later than I had planned, I finally run into the town and join my teammates along an eastern front.
Push right. Easy for him to say. He's on the left. Oh, shit. That's why you wear a big helmet. Nice, nice. Nice throw.
Both sides fire away at each other on the front lines and exchange smokes. One teammate of ours will actually charge ahead through the smoke and goes head first into the door of a vehicle, but luckily he's unhurt.
Oh, fuck, the guy just ran head first into the door. Oh, shit. Hey, Mr. Popular, touch me. I tagged me right. Thank you. Like the patch. Wait, I thought, do I got one? Yeah, okay, there. Oh, fuck it, somewhere.
A little camaraderie breaks out between me and a teammate as we both have matching Star Wars patches. I did have fun in the opening battle of the day, but right here, right now was why I came. To get into furious action like this with so many fellow paintballers.
We got the fucking... You want me to cover you? Oh, I ain't fucking going there.
My teammate to my right asked me to move up. I refuse, because I'd rather head more towards the left, towards the beach.
Fucking just longbowing it.
Some teammates along the tree line behind me urge me to go to my left, which I agree, and I'll head there after pondering it for a short while.
What are we thinking here, boys? What do you need?
Okay, we're going to see on the left side, there's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
If we get over there to support our guys. Back here, they're protecting us. So if we get over there, we have their cover.
Can
you
we
know
go?
what I mean?
Can we go left the left barrel?
We'll sit behind this one and we'll work our way in. Okay, ready? Let's go.
On paper, this was a good idea.
Coordinating with teammates, running through the smoke, firing shots and dodging others thrown at me. This is paintball at its best.
Heads coming out! I'm coming out! I'm coming out! Stop it, please! Well, how the fuck did he get me? I think he got me from bunker.
Good to be at the beach area, but I get hit. Being used to smaller fields, I call out and expect no overshooting, But in a big field, a big game like this with so many players, it just happens.
Medic!
Now I just have to find a medic, so I wander towards the area where one recently
Boys!
revived me.
Boys! There's nobody on the fucking beach. We can hit him flank. On the beach. You see the barrels there? I went around the Jeep. Medic! Medic!
I'm gonna look for a medic in the tree line. It's a good spot for one to be. After all, he wants to avoid getting hit, yet be close to the action to help teammates.
Oh, you're not fucking serious.
I have to circle to the left towards the beach through the tree line, but I'll soon find a medic and be back in play and head right back to the beach area. As I make the last steps towards the beach and Sunken Road, I spot a group of active and vocal teammates. This seems like a good group to be with in this situation.
You got a bunch coming in around 12. Now straight ahead, a group of them. They're gonna position around. Hey, you guys, be our eyes back there. Be our eyes, boys.
I have a good spot for now. So now I'll sit, wait for enemies, and observe my teammate, and jump in if they need help. There's enemy activity along the Sunken Road, which is the lower level of the area along the waterfront.
Nice move. Pretty slick, boy.
So I'll finally move again, joining a small group of teammates advancing left towards the Sunken Road. We're all now in a great position here to flank the Sunken Road. But of course we have to be careful, as it's a good spot for enemies to pick us off as well.
Okay. I got a break on my face or good? How's my camera clean?
Camera's clean.
So I look good. Shit. I don't want to go back.
Okay.
All right, I got to go back here. Whoa, 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 whoa! Guys, we can push him out. I'll head off the fucking beach. They would stop fucking hitting me!
So this time, after getting hit, there's a medic close by, and as you heard, I get some collateral damage hits from enemy shots raining down.
Thanks. Jesus Christ. My camera's lens clean?
Yeah, you're
Excellent.
pretty good. It's spotted a little bit, but it's...
Ah!
Hold it. There you go.
Alrighty then.
I get back to the area here, and we're still pushing the parapet and Sunken Road area.
Hey, white truck! White truck! Phil, white truck!
Medic's here.
This is such a bad spot.
We got a medic right there. If 3 or 4 of us want to run and give a straight flank. I'll fucking do it, but I ain't going alone.
I just barely avoid getting hit, and will lie on my side a bit to be safer until the shots hopefully die down. Now we're holding the enemy back and would like to advance ourselves, but an enemy with a massive shield is slowly coming towards us along the parapet.
Fucking
Yo, where'd Alex go?
fuck, that guy just ate shit.
Hey, Al! Al! Two on the left! Two on the left!
With that shield starting to give us issues, I look left and decide I need to go down there and maybe help flank the shield.
We do. What?
In this spot, I have a great dual view of the sunken road and the parapet area. With this teammate throwing some suppression fire, it allows me to lean over a bit and get a good look down the west side of the sunken road.
I don't mind. We got a medic right over there. Fuck. Coordinate at same time, boys.
Teammate who was active acting as point and giving solid callouts gets taken out by an enemy first strike sniper.
No, you're good.
The enemy shield is finally out and some teammates advance on the parapet. Teammates on the point get taken out, and I myself duck for cover to avoid the same fate.
I see him straight the fuck ahead, eh? No way I'm getting him with a fucking TMC.
The enemy sniper is along the right side of the sunken hill with a good line of sight on us.
The guy right at the end, last vehicle, he's just holding it on angle. Not on the boat, you see the truck? It's like the end, the flatbed part of the truck.
Another teammate ahead of me is out, and now there's an enemy on the far west parapet, laying a lot of fire on us.
He's out!
The enemy sniper tries a suicide retreat, and as he does, many of us lay into him, and with the area now vacant, teammates advance into it.
Fucking longbow in it. I'd make a hell of a picture if I was a photographer, son. That's not fucking blind fire. Hit out.
Blind fire by an enemy doesn't stop one of his teammates from hitting me. It's time to respawn again.
Purple pod.
We actually had a medic injured in the first battle, so his flag goes to random players to take turns being the medic.
You know what? It's fucking lunchtime anyway.
What's going on here?
You can hear me, boy?
I head north to try to find some of the other C1D crew. I've been a lone wolf for this phase of the game, and I want some action with them. Standing around looking at this ground that an hour ago was a death trap, now thankfully in our control.
Connor! Connor!
After failing to reach Connor, Alex, or Thomas, I'll decide to head off for the lunch break. now there are 2 battles for the day done. After a catastrophic first one, we're now trading blows with the enemy in the town and making a slow but steady advance. Battle of the Sunken Road is an Allied victory. It's been a good start and we have some momentum, but as the contrast between the first 2 clashes of the day have shown, things can change and quickly. But all we can do is react, and whether we're charging in ahead or falling back to desperately hold on, we'll be ready and take it as it comes. There's a lot of road left. Time to refuel with food, get some supplies, and even take a mental break. And then we'll be back.
Definitely adds an element when people go for lunch when they want.
First time since the initial battle. All 4 of us are together as we head up Hamburger Hill after taking a lunch break. The pods and air are full, the camera batteries swapped, and everything is wiped down. We are now ready to try to claw our way back into the game.
That's it. He knows we're like, you know, we're 3 of them.
Thomas knows where 3 different slapsticks are, and we discuss this as the team needs every point it can get. But as we chat, the silence of the area becomes more apparent. In our previous trip to this area, we had anchored the east part of the town, but now we had driven further west. As I fought alone in that last battle, Connor, Alex, and Thomas had swung northwest across the ridgeline, the same path we're taking now. About 2 hours too late, we find one of the locked boxes that were part of an earlier mission.
Nice.
We are also on top of the west part of the ridge, where we had desperately tried to take ground in the first battle of the day, now standing here unopposed, with no enemy in sight.
This is where we were.
Start going southwest and finally come across some teammates who are gathering. We still don't hear any shots, so we'll have to speak with some teammates a bit to figure out what's going on.
There's an old one back there I think we already found. Yeah, number 2's found. Walk along this path right on the other side of
In a casual conversation, our teammates only note that we have more teammates ahead. Otherwise, we discuss the setup of the area, noting the game's boundary just to our right.
Are there any reds anywhere?
Now we head off south, towards the next line of teammates.
That's where you guys were?
Connor mentions this is the edge of where he, Alex, and Thomas had gone in the previous battle, and just ahead where our teammates are, we will see some markers up, so action must be close. I start motioning to where the activity is. I don't want to yell out, in case the enemy isn't aware we're here. Straight ahead to the end of the wooden area south, it seems fairly clear, and activity is more to the left. With the game boundary to the right, we seem to have wrapped around and gotten a flank to the enemy, not too far from their spawn.
Shit, we got a medic here too.
Shots finally start ringing out. I'll slowly keep approaching what seems to be the front line, but I'll be surveying the area to gauge exactly what's going on. We have numbers, and we do have a medic, so right now things are looking potentially good. Down to one knee and angled towards the front line. Take another look at this area. I'll shortly move up with Thomas, who is accompanying me.
Is that yellow? Oh, fuck. Where's medic? Medic! Medic!
I get taken out, but as I soon look for a medic, it will give me a good opportunity to look around and see the setup of this area better.
Medic, man. A popular guy. No, sir. Thank you.
Here is an excellent view of what I call the bus station, with the main focus point the school bus near the red barrier. Now at this point in time, I had no idea how critical this area would be for the day. Rapid fire will soon start, and a new phase of the battle begins. An enemy shot quietly takes me out as I'd been approaching the front line, so quick turn to get revived once again.
Medic! Super medic! Medic, stay put! Hey, bud. Pleased to meet you so shortly. It's starting to come up on the side.
I have teammates taking position and firing into the south area of the enemy's front line, towards their spawn point, so just south of this location. Shortly going to fire some shots there as well.
Hold up, hold up.
As I mentioned, Thomas isn't too far off from me, and in the inset you can see his camera as he charges toward the southern part of the front line, and shortly we'll go full screen with his camera.
Fucking Thomas is right up there. See that? Our guy up there on the front, he's got a fucking pump.
Thomas is in the thick of it here with some hardcore teammates, including a few from the Mirabel Army. They are effectively at the junction between the spawn approach and the bus station. Right now, they are the linchpin in keeping enemy reinforcements from streaming into this area.
Hey, green check, green check. Good.
Although I said it several times on the video, a reminder that Thomas is using a pump and is on the front line. There's simply no fear from this guy.
Where are you hit?
Back to my view, you can hear the action heating up, especially in Thomas's location. Here on the field, there are 2 trucks, a flatbed and a tanker. Enemies are using this for cover, but we can get an angle on them using the gaps between to line them up. But over the battle, both sides use these trucks to their advantage in taking out literally dozens of players. Now, my teammates are already established also in the north. And of course there's Thomas and his group in the south, so the rest of us are either doing long ball from here, while me and some others slowly fill the gap advancing in the middle.
Sure. No, one guy, there's still one left. Yeah, we got 2 guys. Shit. They threw smoke here twice before to try to push, but they didn't get anybody in.
Thomas and his group continue to be busy, focusing on those trucks and that path leading from the enemy spawn to the battlefield. Here's a good example of a firing lane alongside one of the trucks I mentioned earlier.
We don't have to make any mistakes and push right now. They're in a tough position.
As I told my teammate, right now there is no major need to push ahead and take the entire battlefield. We are dug in well and sending more of them back to spawn than vice versa. Keeping them pinned here helps stall players on their side from taking the town back, which the last time we were there was firmly in our hands. I do advance to fill one of the last gaps along the front line, and some splash reminds me I have to be careful. This is a good spot, and I have a great view of the 2 trucks in the south, so hopefully can take a few access players out. But soon, the school bus will become a big focus for enemy push and my attention.
Long ball! He's long ball from between the truck and the building. That bus. This guy, oh, I think he just retreated back. They're trying to approach it.
Meanwhile, in the south corridor, Thomas and teammates continue to take and give some serious heat with the enemy. They have identified the first strike sniper by the flatbed. He is a priority target to take out and be wary of. Alex joins me in my location, and I give him details on what we have here.
Yo, watching the bus here. You see that trucks over there? It's kind of a gap, and they're trying to long ball us there. It's just out of range.
Connor is behind us and carefully fires into the front line, taking out enemies methodically.
Yeah, there's no medic. They called medic, and somebody said to go back.
Now a teammate who just came from the left has music playing on his phone, which we hear, and then he goes to right, like it's a normal thing to be doing.
What fucking music playing? Is he hit? Let him out. Are you hit? Let him out.
A couple of enemies who tried to get into the bus are hit, and they wait in the front of it. I call out to make sure they can retreat and not get overshot.
See, when you have a camera, you don't overshoot a guy because it'll show. I could have overshot those guys, pretend it was my kill, but fuck no, I got a camera on. Is there a back door on the bus?
I'm focused on the bus. Enemies have a lane to run into the front door. Not a great one, but it's better than ours. I want to know if there's another way in, but I will find out there actually isn't.
If I do this, somebody buys me a beer.
I make a joke as I seriously ponder making a charge into the bus.
Why not? They're in the tower. Oh, you mean that's a tower there?
Alex points out our enemy presence in the building near the two big trucks.
Make sure you get covered. Look at this. I got this blocking everything. That's it.
Things start to heat up even more. This kills my plans to go to the bus.
Yeah, I'm not going to the bus. Where's Connor? Yeah, I see him.
I look back to see Connor behind us, who is working like a lone wolf sniper and playing the part well.
Oh shit.
These two teammates right ahead of us are behind a small truck and are doing some serious damage to the enemies trying to sneak up on the right. But soon, enemy smoke drops, pointing to an enemy push, of course.
Trying to longbow some in there.
I thought that smoke, huh?
That smoke is right up front of Thomas's location, so he and his teammates in that area get even busier.
I said there's smoke.
They now have our lone medic with them, but he gets taken out, which is a huge blow to us.
Bien, je peut-être des first strikes, hein?
Hey guys, venez ça!
It is now multiple smokes down, and the shots intensify, partly picking off rushing enemies, not fully concealed by it, and partially firing into it and hoping to get lucky. After a teammate gives Thomas a thumbs up on a paint check, another one who is running point is out.
Yeah, right side pickup. First strike's incoming.
Firepower over there, though. We got two pumps.
Take him out.
With an Axis first strike sniper still giving them heat, a new point person comes in. It's another pump player. But with these two, they don't care what they're shooting, and literally are laughing about their situation. Thomas takes a headshot, and with our medic recently out, it's a long walk for him to find another one.
Am I hitting the head here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch your right. Who's got it? I got your right. Oh wait.
A lot of people on the other side.
Okay. I like your marker. You keep it pointed in that direction.
A teammate just points out the enemy push to the right, so we angle off to that spot accordingly. There's a speedball marker right behind me you'll soon see on the POV camera. I mentioned I like his marker because he is throwing some serious rope supporting us here.
Don't stand up.
Oh, yes.
Yep. I just had one roll on me. Left side of bus?
The enemy throws smoke to the left of the bus, It looks like they're trying to have a pinch here with the left and right flanks, and with no medic, a fact we don't yet know, this could be bad. But for now, we keep it up, and I'll start throwing a lot of paint as enemies try to hit the bus again.
Yeah! This beats the shit out of the morning!
So as I exclaim that this battle beats what happened to us in the morning, there's no question I now feel we are back into the fight as far as overall standings versus the enemy. We aren't level yet, but the momentum in this battle, repelling the enemy, gives us all a boost that we are heading in the right direction.
Left side! Left wide! Bus, bus, bus! Fuck, his back is to me and I'm filling up.
As I reload, enemies at the bus rush in. If I hadn't had to reload, I could have taken them out, but my teammates aren't making life on these guys easy and hit many of them.
I like this shit about not moving and having them come to us. He's out of range, we're okay. Right now this is awesome because we're going to draw their fucking fire. Is there a slapstick around here or something we can at least cash in with points for? There's a guy with the hopper right over there on the right, just too far.
A mission we should be looking for a slapstick. With all this success here, I realize we need to be scoring points, and a slapstick will do that for us. But then I get back to spotting and shooting enemies.
We got any snipers? We haven't got a sniper. Has anybody got the range to get those fucking guys there? They're just long balling it down. See, they're just rolling them in.
Long balls force me to duck behind cover. Balls literally dropping out of the sky, and in some cases rolling on the ground at us. They don't take me out, but they do stop me from firing back. Well, temporarily at least.
I know it's close, eh? This is a fucking firefight. This is fun. Here, face the action cam. Look at this.
It's all about having fun. And yes, I did take a second to take a selfie video with Alex.
Well, not really. Yeah, they can just go directly from the beach.
Things quiet down a bit after stopping a major assault.
That would have to be pretty fucking big. We'd hear our boys on the left that happened. Smoke it all you want.
Thomas has advanced all the way back to the woods at the east edge of the town before finally finding a medic. The medic is Jonathan Bellick, a veteran paintballer who incidentally was the key to us coming back in the first battle. He stood at the bottom of a hamburger hill and revived us literally hundreds of times as he barked at us to get the hill back, which we did.
Yeah, no. We were on the other side here. We have that far. We have the far right corner, and we're pushing this way.
That's amazing.
As you heard, Thomas gave him an update on our eastern flank. Jonathan approved, and the two keep talking about the overall battle.
They have a patch. It's the Northern Mercenaries. Easy spot.
Yeah.
If you find them, they have radios to go back to base. Tell them.
Okay, so they're to go back to base then.
Right now we're good. I think some of them are over there. I didn't see none here.
Okay.
Back to the bus station, Alex is about to tell me he's low on air, and it hits me. Our supply line for ammo, air, is poor, and we are so far from spawn.
Run a bus! Run a bus! Did you get hit? Fuck, where's the medic? The medic's somewhere. Medic! What's the left? Holy fuck.
The enemies push left, and I call out for a medic as Alex is hit. But there is no medic to reply or come in.
Fuck, look at all the shots going in. Is that cool or what?
And now, enemy smokes drop left and right, and I'll simply fire into it as my adrenaline is pumping at the max level. We're now facing a wall of enemy smoke, and we know the front line will not last much longer for us, but we will try to hang on as long as we can. We have a long walk ahead to get supplies. We might as well take a few more enemies out beforehand.
Hey, we got anybody on the right? No, do we have a presence on the right? Yeah, we got a couple, you're right.
We verified there are some enemies to the right, but our numbers there and everywhere else on the field are thinning rapidly. Now a teammate in front of me is out of air, and I'll help him retreat shortly.
No, you don't. Granted, I can't see shit out of my mask. Yeah, some guy's right in the bus. You're gonna have to go back, call it out so you don't get hit. Just put your hand up. He's coming out! Or fall back to straight. Go, go, go. Oh, fuck, that was not good. Fuck. You might be able to call out and go down the other side, the enemy side, to get air. There's a guy in the window of a bus. He occasionally pops his head up to hit me. Sideways. It's a fucking speedballer in the bus. We gotta take his ass out. 2 now?
I reload, but there are 2 enemy speedballers in the bus. I'll return some fire, but as I do, my air pressure drops dramatically, and I'll soon be forced to retreat.
Fuck, I'm out of air. Yeah, somebody should take this spot though. It's fucking good. You can check left or right angle. Okay. I need air. I believe this is called a logistical issue.
I've called back to Connor and Alex, who are behind me, and make the walk back to them. I was one of the last players for us to leave the front line. We can all feel good doing our job well at this battle, and leave with our heads held high.
You can take them out and prevent. I gotta get air. How much air I got, boys? You got a ball? Shit, I got blood.
With the 3 of us regrouping, we'll make the walk back, and as we do, we talk about the thrilling fight we just all took a part in. After a thrilling last hour, we know there's a lot more to go, and we simply can't wait. But as far as the first battle at the bus station is, it's over, and it's an Allied victory. In fact, it's a solid Allied victory. We just hope there are more of these left in the day.
Thomas, can you hear us? Look at the leaves.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're just coming back from refueling here. We're at Hamburger Hill. Where are you?
I'm below Hamburger Hill. I'm gonna respawn.
Fair enough.
After getting more air and paint, once again moving up Hamburger Hill with Connor and Alex, I've radioed Thomas to find his location. He's not too far off from us, near the team HQ. Although we are tempted to go directly to the bus station, we're going to scout out the situation first and get back with Thomas about a rendezvous point. We'll soon survey the now completely controlled town.
You guys want to go wide again or what? I don't want to go right down the middle.
I'll tell the boys we should swing back wide along the ridgeline as we did last time. Not necessarily back to the bus station, but we'll head in that direction and see where we might be able to insert ourselves to help the team.
Okay, we can see the front on that side. If we can get to our old position, we might be able to keep pounding away. Caller, my friend.
I'll hear something and raise my marker ready to shoot, but it's only a ref and a couple of teammates coming back from the front line.
Always be ready, like a Boy Scout. Oh, in the corner again? We'll get him, we'll get him. Okay. It's like that tilted room. Yeah. I don't know.
As I did on the previous approach here, I point out our attempt to take this area in the very first battle of the day. I'll even spot what I think is the leftovers of both the smokes I threw during that battle.
Yeah, smoke grenade there. There's the blue and the purple one there. Or red, one was red.
For most players in the game, this is the point where fatigue starts to kick in. But as one of the oldest guys out there, I'm certainly slowing down physically, but not mentally. Connor calls out to me to let Thomas know where we are.
We're going back to the same spot we had him pinned before the break there. We're heading back to the spot where we had them pinned by the buses before.
I don't hear back from Thomas, but in my head, I know we're probably all just going to find the action and meet up, drawn to it like a moth to a flame.
Sounds like they pushed us back a bit.
We find a group of teammates, and some others we've just walked by have mentioned an enemy pushback in the bus area after our withdrawal. We did figure that would happen, but the question is, how far back are we now?
I know that's the path that's in front of the trees. Okay, so they just pushed us back then from before the break. I might be tempted to go on the path and try to go in the middle. Oh, that's their spawn. That's their spawn.
We're only starting to see what the situation is. At first, I consider a different route to the station, but Alex smartly shuts me down on the idea. We then decide to look a little deeper in what we have here right in front of us. I see some of our troops scattered more than anything just ahead of us. We don't seem to have a medic either. I'm getting the sense that we need a little more organization before we push in. That, and of course, some recon on what the enemy has ahead. A loud bang to my left. It sounds like it might be from the west part of the town, which for us right now is not our focus. We're going to need to move more south for now.
We need a medic. We need you.
Once again, the work to describe our manpower setup here is scattered. With other players like myself pouring in, the pieces are coming together for something better. Now, in a few seconds, the situation will clarify. The inset box is the main battleground we controlled in the last action here, but we're not able to set up here again yet because the enemy has taken the west side of it. They are well entrenched. We'll have to take them out first before trying to sweep back towards the main bus station. There's too much ground for us to rush in and take it right now. I'll fire my first shots of this new encounter and help our side chip away at that enemy defense. A teammate is trying to help us set up, and he'll mention Vimy Ridge, one of my favorite historical topics of mine, and I weigh in. Now I think we could use a barrage like they had at Vimy. And then I get the paintball equivalent that pops up in my head. Let's smoke the area to help us.
Vimy Ridge had a artillery barrage which helped considerably. Give me a smoke! Connor, you gonna use your smoke? Somebody's got a smoke for me? We gotta get a couple of smokes.
Although I ask Connor for one of his smokes, a teammate near me offers one of his.
You want to throw it? Oh, you want a big one? Oh, I should buy you a drink before I pull the big one out.
Another teammate helps us go through this guy's gear. They want a big smoke. We do need a big push here after all. After a bit of fumbling around, we do get one, and surprisingly and generously, they'll let me throw it
You
in.
seriously want me to throw this? Okay. Where do you want it, Chief?
Our teammates around us know what's coming, so we prepare ourselves to rush straight in ahead along the western tree line to hopefully push the access out of this area.
Fuck me. Well.
At first I don't like the throw, but it gives us immediate cover. A teammate will soon go there, pick it up, and throw it ahead even more. The assault has begun. It's a slow advance, but it's an advance nonetheless. And the trees and some barriers give us a little more cover in this area as we focus ahead and more smoke from a teammate drops along the western boundary.
Fucking forward, guys. Just forward.
Wallflowers behind us start to come in and fill the gap. The momentum is coming back to our side, and we are now at the north edge of the main battlefield. The need to push those access units south of us out is increasingly more possible.
I think fucking right, we just drove two of them out. Smoke, you guys gonna hold on to it? You wanna throw one? Throw a fucking smoke, you never thrown one before.
I asked the boys if they want to help me smoke the area to help our advance. Alex gives me his. It's his first big game, and I thought he'd like the thrill of throwing one of his own in his first game. But he's nervous it won't be a good throw, so he puts it on my shoulders to do it.
Guys, I'm gonna throw smoke between those trees. Do you think we can push? Can we get behind that barrier there? The wooden barrier there. Looks like you put a fucking bounce a movie off it.
There are a lot of teammates around me right now, and with a big barrier for them to go behind on the right, I know where I want that smoke to go, and I start helping the team more by barking out some orders.
Left here! Left bunker, 1 o'clock! Rather 11. This is not a big fucking tree. Straight ahead, right, right!
I throw my smoke just a few seconds after another was thrown to my right. We have great cover to move up.
Nope.
Not one, but 2 shots bounce off my chest. Close, but they don't count.
Jesus Christ, you bounced 2 off my shoulder. It'd be better if it broke.
I finally meet up with Thomas again and give him the update of our recent push.
3 smokes got us up about 30 yards. What we need is a fucking medic here.
Well, things are going well as we slowly take territory. What I said out loud is key. Without a medic, this will be a short attack, or at the very least, shorter than what it could have been.
On the right, on the right! We got a medic!
With a medic confirmed by a teammate, we are now in a great position.
He's about to become a very popular man. Go, go, go! Fire! Give him supporting fire! Bunker cleared straight ahead there. All behind, hide behind you.
We've now cleared the western part of the sector and are now facing the front line to see the Axis team retreating towards the east part of the bus station.
Let's help that fucking guy.
After a few shots toward the retreating enemy, I size up the area ahead. I actually spot the Access medic up there, but he's too far out of range to take out.
There's a guy the medic's just staring at us. Where's our medic? Where's our medic?
Now I myself need our medic after taking a shot. I pressed ahead of our main group, which is unusual for me. But in a day-long game, even a tentative player like me has to take their turn going up ahead of the main group.
Medic! Somebody said we got, son of a bitch said he had a medic behind us, so I ran up.
Out loud, I'm going to worry that the medic we were told about maybe wasn't there. Meanwhile, another paintball legend, the Reaper, will quietly walk by, just like the Reaper does.
Medic, please!
I'm joking around a bit more, taking my time to reload before tapping back in with the medic. This as we hit the next stage of this battle, and I'm very much good to go.
Having fun yet? I was in an all-inclusive beach last week at this time. Drinking fucking blue mojitos. Now I'm here with you lovely people. Thomas, you're my meat shield. Do not move.
Freshly revived, I circle back a bit to get a good approach to the southwest. I'm still feeling in a good mood and wanting to entertain the teammates a bit. I'll summon my inner Barker and say some rather British expressions with a very weak accent.
Get a bit of spot of bother, yeah?
I may be speaking in a goofy way, but with teammates charging along the southern tree line, I give them support fire, and I myself advance slowly, with the action seriously heating up.
Behind that building! By Reaper! Reaper, get that bastard!
Reaper is patrolling the front lines and is about to take out an enemy at a key spot outside a small building up ahead.
Watch it. Right there. Get a long ball and keep them back. Hey! I'd like to think I got him, but I think somebody else did.
I just finished speaking with a teammate as we took out an enemy who was in a tricky spot ahead of us, as the advance continues. A stray shot quietly takes me out. Time to find that medic again.
Watch it, guys, coming through. Coming through, boys.
Now this isn't an ordinary medic. He's using a speedball marker. This is about as aggressive as a medic comes.
No, why do you do that? I went like this, they run. Oh fuck, right around the corner. See, that's why I need a medic. Hit, I'm hit. You got me. Nice shot.
I keep getting hit as I approach the medic who was pushing ahead.
Would you believe I was just about to tag you when I got hit? Tag. We're doing this legit.
Back active, I begin to approach the midfield area, the same position I was in the previous battle here.
Hi there, I'm Andrew. I'll be staffing this bunker with you today.
I have a great view here, with the long trucks and the enemy spawn approach to my right, and to the left, the infamous school bus.
It's the same thing. They called that timeout. I went to get air. Whoopsies.
That red barrier ahead is where the school bus is in the vicinity of. I'll pan this north area and you'll see a much larger allied presence than the previous attack here. Also, this time around, there's a lot more confidence in the air.
The other way, Reaper! I'd say wait here. They're good. They spawn right here. They're just gonna come to us. We won't lose our spot. It's a long way to get fucking air too.
Just in case any of these teammates around me weren't in the previous battle, I suggest we stay here and wait for the enemy to come to us, reminding them that the air and ammo refills are quite a long walk away. Soon, to my right, smokes drop in, and we actually seem to be pushing south and possibly into that bus station main area, despite what I've suggested. By heading up to this spot behind the barrier I was previously behind, it marks the furthest I've been up in this area in the 2 battles fought here so far.
Son of a bitch. We're looking at pinching them out because their spawn is down there. This is fucking great. Well, it's probably not a place to have a conversation.
Not long ago I called out that we should sit tight, but my teammates have me now believing we can possibly gain full control of the area. eyeball the yellow water tank ahead of me as a spot I'd like to move up to, but I won't try that move quite yet.
Probably. Where'd our medic go? He's still on the right. Where's the medic?
Long ball falls in and it breaks. I gotta go find that medic once again.
The medic is the most aggressive player on the team. Did anybody explain to him the... oh shit. Okay.
I give props with Connor, who was with Alex. Our teammates are aggressively pushing into the main guts of the bus station behind me, but I still need to find that medic. After a few more minutes of inactivity, I find a medic and I've rejoined Connor again before venturing off towards the middle of the front line. We have good numbers here and are ready to either push in or repel an enemy attack, seemingly with no issues. I will shortly head off to that yellow tank to my left as I wanted to go for a while, and for the more than next 15 minutes, my teammates and I will repel the enemy attempts to try to take this area back. We hold firm and we have a massive upper hand, and then this happens. The Axis, desperate after losing so much ground and not able to take it back, have called an airstrike, forcing us to retreat. To have them use an airstrike shows how bad things had gotten for them, how badly on their heels we had them. I find the rest of my team as we begin the walk back east. We join the line of dozens of comrades along the forest path. We begin to swap stories of what just happened in the battle. Back-to-back assaults in this area have reaped huge rewards for our side. As we all talk amongst ourselves, we now feel we can win the day, something that was unthinkable after the first hour of play. Yet now, here we are. The second battle of the bus station is without question a total Allied victory. Barely an hour left in the day, on a day where both teams dominate at times. We know anything can happen. And at this point, we just have to go back, refill our supplies, and get back into it until the final shots ring out. Once again, we come back from a break, this time after back-to-back battles at the bus station, where over 2 hours of play were exhilarating, and for our allied team, enough to bring us closer to evening things out for the day. But we're less than an hour away from final battle. We find ourselves approaching the beach and parapet again, as the main town has become more active.
You know what? They ain't falling out of there.
Both sides are exhausted at this point, it's safe to say. Many of us are taking it easy at this point, but at the same time, we don't want to lose ground so deep into the day.
Let me load up here. Or in second thought, let's try that again. Let me load up here. It's dropping there.
As I reload, I drop a good portion of balls to the ground, laughing it off. We always play just for fun, but a big game does have a serious edge. As it happens, this 5th battle of the day for our squad will be the last, and it will be, for all intents and purposes, the most lighthearted, although still important.
Chopper! They called in a chopper.
A helicopter flies over nearby, not related to the game, but worth a joke nonetheless, and we continue up the path towards the Sunken Road. Enemy troops push into the north part of the town on its western edge, while elements try to push on to the beach.
They spawned there last year, 3 years ago, where the barrels are wrapped up.
Head down to the Sunken Road. It seems we could possibly move up even more west here, and perhaps take the whole beach area. Now, while we were attacking the bus station, this area was already in our hands, but recently it became neutral. Soon I'll find out that none other than Nightmare has taken up in the pine trees at the edge of the beach and is preventing us from advance. He's got first strikes on hand, and he's proven time and time again he knows how to use them. We're also told there's a teammate with him.
Are you fucking serious? Let's see what we can do. Fuck me. There's a guy shooting from the pine trees there. He's got a pump. He'll take care of it.
I make the joke that Thomas with his pump should take out the first strike sniper, but to credit to Thomas, he'd try to do it if you asked him.
There's 2 in the trees. They got first strike. They're being little bitches.
I let Connor and Alex know about Nightmare and his teammate.
Yeah, they're in the pines.
But realistically, we just need to work as a team. Take the parapet and Sunken Road angles and push Nightmare out. Surely he can't cover both spots.
Yeah, he's causing us shit there, that's why. No, there's 2 guys in the pines though. One's got a first strike giving us shit. We get rid of him, we got to...
As I carefully advance west, I see we have at least half a dozen of us trying to flush Nightmare out. With such a skilled opponent, and in such a great defensive position, this isn't really overkill.
What do we got here as far as the trucks?
I ask for a little recon as I try to approach closer to that enemy position.
Yeah, first strike guy.
To my right on the hilltop, there are more teammates trying to help us. It's closer to probably 10 of us occupied. Nightmare is doing his job well.
So, what about this truck ahead of us? Was that fucking Nightmare doing that?
Nightmare gets hit, gets up, and with a medic in tow, taunts us as he respawns. He's feeling goofy, and we're falling for the bait, and we're all being slowed down by him.
Hit! I got hit! I'm taking your patch off! You're camping!
It's a real loose mood, and I get taken out, and I laugh, telling Nightmare I'll remove his patch from my vest, accusing him of camping. All in a humorous but respectful tone, of course.
Yeah, he's got his first strike. Fucking guy. You look like you could be a medic.
I get redirected by a teammate that a medic can be found in the main town. I turn to head towards there and I run into Thomas, who's been hit in the neck by a first strike round.
Oh my god. We got a medic around here? That'll do. Hello, Mr. Medic. Hello, sir. Thank you.
I will get a revive and observe from this point for a while before going back down into the parapet area. I spam shots into the trees where Nightmare is. I don't see him, but that doesn't mean I can't manage to hit him with some luck.
Can you believe he's doing that? Here, take my patch off my back and burn it in front of him. Demoralize the poor kid.
Remember, I'm over 50 years old, so when I call someone a kid, I don't mean it by an insult. By all means, it's kudos, as we have the equivalent of 2 entire squads of teammates tied up, trying to basically get one guy.
Green truck! Coming up by the water! Big truck right here. Second truck? Oh yeah, I can see his feet.
So now it's clear we aren't just facing one guy, as we seem to have a group of enemy players pushing the parapets. We try to take one out in particular by the truck, and try to gauge how many others may be with him. Connor and Alex are to my left, the front line to my right. Thomas has gone to the town more north. I patiently wait to see any activity up ahead. Once again, we don't want to lose any ground this late in the game. Thomas radios to me, but my walkie won't let me reply. This, as my teammates around me spot more enemies coming ahead of us towards the water line. For now, I'll have to play the waiting game.
Hey guys, we got some reds coming in there. I'm gonna swing around.
Now there's some more enemies approaching in a small number, but nonetheless approaching in the forest just northwest of us. So I'll have to pull back a bit. I actually go to higher ground to get a better view of what's going on.
We got like 2 minutes left before final battle anyway. Like what, 2 minutes left before final battle?
I remind a teammate that the final battle will be soon, so this regular gameplay will not go on for much longer. Connor is below me to my left, firing shots into an enemy position.
You send them back there, buddy? Where's Alex?
Alex is not far off, looking for a medic after getting hit. These guys have been holding down this area for a while now. They tell me how Nightmare has been giving them fits, and we all get a laugh.
You got me, and I said I'm gonna rip your patch off my vest. Camping under a fucking tree. I realize who's dumber, the fucking 6 guys trying to shoot him. Yeah.
I'm tired after such a long day, but after waiting around for a while, I go back to the field, at first straight ahead, but then swing down into the Sunken Road area.
Alright.
A good thing I came down here as I spot 2 enemies along the right of the Sunken Road, and I take one out. This just got interesting rather quickly. As the first player I took out retreats, his teammate lunges out, and we exchange shots, both narrowly missing each other. At least, I thought I'd missed him at this point.
Make you a deal. He's right at the first ladder. I'm gonna go out, you fucking pop him, okay? I don't care if he takes me out.
I offer myself as bait for that seemingly last enemy player, but he doesn't take it.
He must have moved. He's out. He's out. Nice.
So it seems that last enemy player is actually out, meaning I did take out both enemies on that sneaky approach. Not bad for my last few shots of this battle. In fact, it'll be my last shots of the day.
The 2 guys were camping on the wall there. Old shitty player like me got him. That made my fucking day.
I see Connor explain to him that a poor paintball player, an old man like me, took him out as a joke. At the same time, our General Tango walks by and gives me a pep talk, telling me I'm not a bad player. But of course, I was just joking. We actually talk to the General as we all head off the field. We talk about what else, paintball stories from this day and others. We're just having a great time.
He's like, no, you didn't get me. You didn't get me. Got him.
Now Tango will play with the rest of the team for the final battle, but for our crew, with a drive back home close to 2 hours, well, our day is done.
Good day, good day. I like the adversity in the morning because when we pushed them back on the far side there twice in the afternoon, it felt great. First time we ran out of air and they called a timeout, somebody was hurt. Then we went back and they
Now, for the Town Skirmish, it's a stalemate. Fittingly, a good way to end the day. It's been a great day for paintball. There is simply no other way to describe it. 3 years. It was a 3-year wait, and neither hype nor sentimentality painted this as anything but what it was, a true community event of global proportion, one that sharing with my son and comrades, both direct and extended, has created memories that we'll remember from years to come. Memories to think about when there are bad days to lift our spirits, and on good days to raise the bar, or just to feel good to be alive. Hey, it's just a game. It was 6 hours of play. It was falling behind and then rallying back. It was helping friends and teammates you never met for a common goal. It was encouraging others. It was a high five or a tap of the knuckles in respect. It was knowing that it didn't matter who won or lost. Hey, it's just a game.